and Catherine gave me this one. Hello and welcome back for Game 8, our final bout of this Pacific Northwest Pile-Up tournament. Is everybody down there excited? There we go, there we go. For this final game, we have Jet City Roller Derby from Everett, Washington, facing off against our home team hosts, the Wreckers. I am joined on the mic tonight by Heads Will Roll, and we are super excited to get ready. But first, one last huge thank you and shout out to all of our volunteers today, many of whom have been here all day, making sure that this tournament happens. So thank you, volunteers, and thank you too to our head refs, Demolisher and Jazzberry, for this final game. And I'm not going to keep you in suspense or waiting any further. I'm going to go ahead and announce our teams. First, skating in Game 8 for Jet City, we have number 0, Harley Spin. Number 02, Gemma Rex. Number 03, Mary Contrary. Number 18, Mai Tai Smashya. Number 3, Chicklets Rock. Number 40, Teeny Bopper. Number 47, Adelaide Her Out. Number 49, Assassin Kate. Number 51, Crash Smash 'em. Number 594, Ruby Ruckus. Number 85, Gypsy Danger. Number 86, Twisted Spinster. Number 9, Deadly Longlegs. Number 96, Jacqueline Hyde. And captained by number 2, Simone the Bomb. And for our home team, the Wreckers, wearing black this evening, we have number 1010, Slow Loris. Number 151, Conquista Score. Number 1975, Fleetwood Smack. Number 20, Chell, Put a Welt On. Number 23, Colonel Corn. Number 2997, Jump Cut. Number 325, Marzipan. Number 330, Sybil, Disobedience. Number 5, Jen Atomic. Number 716, Manatees. Number 75, Sci-Fi Curious. Number 76, Halitosis. Number 805, Christameaner. Number 86, Maytag. And captained by number 444, Force Majeure. Let's give it up for both teams and let's get this final game of this tournament started. Starting us off in this last game, we've got Halitosis wearing the star for the Wreckers and Mary Contrary wearing the star for Jet City. Let's get some energy in here. Let's get this started. Mary Contrary getting a quick start out of the pack, claiming lead jammer. Halitosis quick behind her. Haley Tosis again finding her way through, picking up a quick 5 points for her team. 4 points for her team.
And just a little history between these teams. They met up with each other back in August, and Jet City took that game 208-176. Wreckers looking to bring home the win tonight.
Both teams are here wanting it then. Sci-Fi Curious wearing the star for the Wreckers up against Crash Smash 'em. Crash Fashion's finding the back end of Sybil Disobedience there, but still getting lead jammer. Teeny Bopper really holding up Sci-Fi Curious to the point that there's a star pass for Wreckers. And we now have Force Majeure as the jammer for the Wreckers.
Score sitting at 9-13 for Jet City. Wreckers waiting to put their first points on the board.
Manatee's looking for some offense from her team, gets her out.
And the Wreckers able to put up 4 points on that jam. 4-15 for Jet City.
Conquista score, jamming for the Wreckers this jam. Up against Mary Contrary. Both teams already showing how much they want the win in this game. Conquista score gets some amazing offense from her team. She is out as lead jammer.
Yeah, both these teams earlier today had wins, 2-0, right? So undefeated so far in this tournament. Looking to take home the nice little trophy we have waiting for the winner.
I've seen the trophy, it's beautiful. Crash Smash 'em for Jet City and Halitosis for the Wreckers. Halitosis finding her way around that Jet City blocker, becoming our lead jammer, and it is a race.
And Nom Nom, 3 leads in a row for the Wreckers. However, Jet City able to just come up and get that quick call off, minimizing the points. Scores standing 5 for the Wreckers, 15 for Jet City.
We've got hydraulic test for Jet City up against Marzipan for the Wreckers.
No, I think it cuts off. It looks like maybe, but yeah.
Hydraulic test being recycled to the back of the pack by those wreckers.
And we have Adelaide her out, heading in the box on a forearm penalty.
Hydraulic test just found a tiny opening on the inside, pushed her way through it, called off the jam, picked up a quick 4 points, or 0 points. That bumps our score to 24 points to Jet City and Rose City Wreckers 5. So like if we happen to bring one up. Manatee's lead jammer. Jet City's pivot being sent to the penalty box. Manatee strategically calling it off, managed to hold Jet City scoreless on that jam.
And we want to take a moment to thank our longtime sponsor, OHSU Sports Medicine. OHSU Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical care team of the Rose City Rollers.
Looks like we've got Sci-Fi Curious up against Crash Smash him on the track. Sci-Fi Curious looking for some O from Colonel Corn. That's not enough, and Crash Smash him gains lead jammer.
And a high block sending the Wreckers pivot to the box, pack advantage to Jet City.
Wreckers will start this jam one down as they have a blocker in the box.
We want to thank Tonkin.com. The largest selection of new and used autos in the Pacific Northwest is only a click away at Tonkin.com.
Down on the track, we've got Conquista Score up against Hydraulic Tess. Hydraulic Test making short work of those blockers, gaining lead jammer.
And
Wreckers
we have a high block sending Conquista Score to the penalty box.
And it looks like that was during the middle of a panty pass. So currently the Wreckers do not have a jammer on the track.
Yeah, Jet City will have a power start going into Jam 10. The score sitting at 35 for Jet City, 9 for the Wreckers.
Jet City starting in a power jam as the Wreckers have their jammer in the penalty box. We have Mary Contrary looking to put a few more points up on the board. I don't know how she just found her way through that scrum of people, but she did, picking up another 5 points.
There was some shape-shifting and time travel going on, Nom Nom.
Little wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. Sybil trying to catch a piece of her at the front of the pack.
Yeah, Mary taking advantage of this power jam. 10 points so far on the jam.
Conquista Score back on the track at this point. Slow Loris catching a piece of Mary Contrary, forcing her out. She did not get the drawback. Maybe she did get the drawback.
And Mary Contrary with the power jam, second one of this jam.
Mary Contrary took that jam as far as she could, putting up 20 points for Jet City, extending that lead between the two teams to 55 Jet City, Rose City 9.
We want to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Bridgeport Brewing.
Jet City again starting this jam in a power jam. We've got Crash Smash 'em on that Ron Tonkin jam line. Halitosis and Chell making life hard for Crash Smash 'em. Unfortunately, not hard enough. Conquista Score entering the track again for the Wreckers. Conquista Score looking for her pivot. Halitosis does receive the panty, and she is our jammer for the Wreckers.
And smart move on the Wreckers, doing that star pass nom nom, forcing the call off of that jam. Only 12 points scored for Jet City.
We've got Hydraulic Test and Marzipan on the track. Harley Spin just stopping Marzipan in her tracks. Hydraulic Test being sent to the penalty box.
There's a high block call. This will be a power jam for the Wreckers.
Let's see if Marzipan can capitalize on this power jam for the Wreckers. Jet City also sending a pivot and a blocker into the penalty box. The Wreckers now have a 5-2 pack advantage.
And passing the star to their captain. Fresh set of legs out there. Hopefully able to capitalize on a very full penalty box for Jet City.
Force Majeure just plowing through that smaller pack. And now it's my favorite, jammer on jammer defense.
Yeah, Tess had a little bit of a spill, but took advantage of getting up and taking care of that Wreckers jammer.
Force Majeure being pushed out to the outside by number 3, being recycled to the back.
And like we saw earlier in the period, 2 penalties, jammer penalties, except this time on Jet City. Another power jam for the Wreckers.
This is a jam with no lead jammer due to the penalties being called, so the jam will go a full 2 minutes.
Every jammer's nightmare.
Force Majeure capitalizing on that power jam, picking up 14 points for the Wreckers.
2 jammer penalties.
1 pass.
1 star pass.
That was a busy 2 minutes.
Very busy 2 minutes.
So the Wreckers will start this jam in a power jam with Manatees wearing the jammer cap. Wreckers trying to force a no-pack call. Jet City blockers having to let Manatees go at the front of the pack.
Yeah, Wreckers getting lead, but it took 25 seconds to get through that pack. Great defense by Jet City.
Not finding an opening on the outside, Manatees wisely calls off that jam before the Jet City Jammers able to re-engage the back of the pack.
Picks up 2 points, calls it 25. The score for the Wreckers. Jet City sitting.
Holds Jet City scoreless.
Absolutely.
Looks like we've got Mary Contrary for Jet City and Sci-Fi Curious for the Wreckers. Mary Contrary getting out his lead jammer before I can even finish my sentence.
And a forearm penalty provides a power jam for Jet City and Mary Contrary.
Wreckers using the definition of pack there to their advantage as much as possible to hold up Mary Contrary before having to let her go. That slow Loris Sybil combination is a nasty one.
And we saw last jam where Mary had the power jam advantage, racking up 15 points right off the bat. The defense stepping up this jam, holding her to just 10.
As she is lead jammer, she does have the ability to call off this jam. I don't think she's going to do it, though.
We are seeing another full penalty box on the Jet City side. Rotating cast of blockers to the box.
Sci-Fi Curious finishing up their initial pass. They're now on their scoring pass. Powering her way through, picking up 4 points for the Wreckers. Mary Contrary now calling off the jam. Jet City grabbing 19 points in that jam to the Wreckers 4.
We want to thank our longtime sponsors, Deb Counts Tabor, Killer Burger, Voodoo Donuts, and WSL Leadership Coaching. If it wasn't for you all, we wouldn't be here.
Halitosis and Crash Smash him facing off on that Ron Tonkin jam line. Chell put a welt on, playing some major defense there against Crash Smash'em. Her defense was good. Unfortunately, it got her sent to the penalty box, but closely followed by Jet City's jammer, leaving Hallie in a power jam.
I do love that they raced to the box and are now having a friendly conversation with each other while serving their penalties. What did you do? What did you do?
The wonderful thing about roller derby is even in the penalty box, people smile. Hallie picking up 5 points for the Wreckers. That's a rather full penalty box over there. Again, another race out to the track between Chell and Crash Smash'em. Halitosis getting held up by those Jet City blockers. Hallie finding her way through again, picking up another quick 4 points.
And Jet City hitting the century mark on that last pass.
Halitosis calling it off.
And we have a halftime score 101 for Jet City, 46 for the Wreckers.
Now is the time that we've all been waiting for. We are finally going to raffle off that raffle basket I've been talking about for several games. Make sure you get those tickets out. We'll be announcing it in just a few minutes.
Like look up their roster online and start calling out the 18 level skaters. Oh, so yeah, they were jamming in Omaha.
Yeah, this is just I don't know what to talk about at this point.
Intermission is also a wonderful time to go get a two-town cider or a Bud Light, some nachos.
I gotta hand it to them. I'm trying to do 10 fucking skaters, 3
Yeah,
games.
this must be the Aviators.
That's funny.
Let's see who's on the 18 here. That's just the Bill's wife. She's working merch right now.
Jen?
Oh no, Kat.
I was like,
I think it's Kat.
Jen is that. I hate that name.
Yeah, let's find out who's on the 18. The WCD dashboard will tell you who played.
During intermission, the Wreckers captain, Fleur de Lethal, would really love to say thank you to everyone for being here, for coming out. Do you want to say it again?
Thank you from Wreckers for coming to our very first tournament in the hangar. Very, very exciting. We're so excited to have all these teams from all over because we've just wanted to have them all here, and this is great for us. So thank you.
Thank you, Colonel. And now it is time for that raffle basket. Everybody get out your raffle tickets. This is very exciting. Give it a couple of spins. Okay, we have ticket number 943117. 943117. Oh, up in the mezzanine. Somebody claim this for Blitz. Woo! I need to see the ticket. I'm not going to trust it. There we go, 943117. We have a winner. We have about 2.5 minutes before the exciting conclusion of Game 8 of the Pacific Northwest Pile-Up Tournament. Go ahead and get your beer, your soda, your two-town cider, your K's Derby nachos. Find your seat again, and let's cheer both of these teams on to first and second place victories.
And we are getting ready for our second half. These teams equally matched in penalties. Jet City sitting with 11 penalties in that first half. Wreckers with 10.
Jacqueline Hyde wearing the jammer cap for Jet City for the first time this game, up against Conquista Score for the Wreckers. We have a Wreckers blocker and a Jet City blocker in the penalty box. And Jacqueline Hyde is our lead jammer.
And at halftime, we were kind of looking at the Jet City roster. Many of them, I'm going with like 80% of this Jet City roster was at D2s in playoffs in Omaha. So really, really deep talent on the Jet City roster.
Looks like we did have a panty pass on the Wreckers. Oh, just kidding, we didn't. Yet.
That's some strategy. Even when you confuse the announcers, you know you did something right.
Exactly. Although, to be very honest, Heads, it's not very hard to confuse me.
It's been a long day.
It has.
At this point, we're like, why aren't they skating the other direction?
I know I get tired when I fall into the habit of using the word amazing over and over and over again. You could make a drinking game out of my use of the word amazing. Wreckers blockers really doing a very good job of holding up Jacqueline Hyde there.
Would you say they're doing an amazing job, Nom Nom?
An amazing job. Last night I actually had a list of Halitosis jamming for the Wreckers up against Mary Contrary for Jet City. Halitosis making short work of those blockers, forcing her way to the front of the pack.
And we've seen this throughout this game. One jammer gets out, gets lead, other one couple seconds behind. Short, quick jams, forcing those call-offs. 1 point for the Wreckers.
And I think it's going to be that kind of a game, 1 by 1, 2, and 3 point jams. You know, strategically calling off the jam before the other jammer can engage the pack.
And all the games through today's tournament have been 40-minute games, 2 20-minute halves. When you factor in lineup time, all that good stuff, these little 1-2 point jams really minimize the amount of those scoring opportunities.
Both jammers sort of lost in that scrum down there. Slow Loris giving a little assist to Sci-Fi Curious while simultaneously holding up Crash Smash 'em. The Wreckers are in a pack advantage right now with 2 Jet City blockers in the penalty box, 3 Jet City blockers in the penalty box. And it is a jammer race. Crash Smash 'em with Jet City did get the lead jammer. That was too close for me to call. It looks like 0 points on either side, heads.
And Jet City calling an official review. Once again, jammers side by side going into the pack. However, Jet City taking advantage of that few extra seconds, burning the clock to get those 2 blockers in the box out.
We do have a timeout on the track. I see some discussion happening down there.
Maybe.
This is a timeout for Jet City. Timeouts, again, are wonderful times to go refill your cup, grab a new beverage, grab something to eat from our concession stand.
I heard the merch booth has stadium seat cushions.
Really?
I know.
After I've been sitting on those bleachers all day, one of those stadium cushions would feel pretty darn good.
I just walked up here and noticed the stadium seat cushion and went, oh, man. I needed that like 4 hours ago.
Right now is a really good time to also plug our after party. It will be at the Nightlight Lounge after the conclusion of Game 8 here, the awarding of the trophy, MVPs. Please come and join us at Nightlight Lounge. It's going to be a wonderful time, maybe even an amazing time.
It will definitely be an amazing time. I may actually go to an after party.
I might go too.
Come hang out with your announcers. We are fun folk.
I would probably go only just to go hang out with Southern Oregon Roller Derby. Again, I know I have said it before, but sitting here during this timeout, just looking at the skaters on the track, they are genuinely having a good time. We're
Jazz, what do you got for us?
Jazzberry for our official review. Do you have a mic?
Blue was asking for the multiplayer block on Blue 3 to be overturned. After conferring with the officials, the call will stand. Blue will not retain their official review for the half.
Thank you very much, Jazzberry.
I always love when refs have very clear, concise information for us all. It makes me happy.
We have Hydraulic Test facing off against Manatees. Hydraulic Test managing to make her way through. Manatees on her tail. 1 point going to Jet City, 0 to the Wreckers.
And we are in day 2 of a 3-day derby weekend here at the hangar. And I'll tell you a little bit more about it in the next lineup period.
Sounds great.
That was my tease.
It's a good tease. Marzipan jamming for the Wreckers, almost managed to get out in front of the pack. Mary Contrary does beat her to it, but again, not by much. Here is another race back to the pack. One point for the Wreckers on that jam. Way to go, Marzipan. Now, what was that about a third day of Derby?
Third day of Derby. Tomorrow, Junior Derby doubleheader. Killer Bees versus the Daughters of Doom, and Little Red Riveters versus the Death Scar Derby Droids.
That's going to be fun.
Junior Derby's amazing. They have no fear, and they're spongy and resilient.
There's Bouncy. Halitosis jamming for the Wreckers. Crash Smash 'em jamming for the Jet City. Halitosis working those blockers at the front of the pack. She is out. Halitosis is our lead jammer. Hallie looking for some O from her team, and she gets it from Chell. Picking up 5 points. Crash Smash him about half a lap behind her. Hallie again looking for that O. Frantically calling off the jam.
All right, y'all, we're going to ask a huge favor. Put this in your calendar. Coming up in a couple days, 3 days from now, 10/23, Voodoo Donuts will be donating a portion of every donut sale towards our Rob Lobster Memorial Scholarship Fund. That fund allows skaters to skate here who may not have been able to. This is something that's gone on for 3 years now. And go buy a donut and support the fund.
As if I needed another reason to go buy donuts. Sci-Fi through the pack, picking up lead jammer status.
Yeah, little known fact, if you buy a charity donut, it's a 0-calorie donut.
That's a great fact. I'm going to put that in my back pocket. Looks like we do have the Wreckers pivot sent to the penalty box. Sybil trying to catch a late piece of Jacqueline Hyde. Sci-Fi getting through and calling off the jam. Picking up 4 points for the Wreckers. Looks like we do have another timeout on the track.
Coming up November 16th, it's our next preseason fundraiser bout. November 16th, the Breakneck Betties will be taking on the Honky Tonk Heartbreakers. Now that is a Texas Roller Girls home team. So they're coming out from Austin to hang out. I'm hoping they'll bring me some Torchy's tacos.
That's going to be a fun game.
I love me some Texas Roller Girls, and the Honky Tonk Heartbreakers are an amazing team. Look forward to them coming out and hitting our Breakneck Betties the 16th of November.
Manatee's wearing the star for the Wreckers up against Mary Contrary for Jet City. Jump Cut and Chell and Maytag just holding Mary Contrary still. Chell recycling Mary Contrary. That's another triad that I would not like to come up against.
No, I would actually skate the opposite direction.
Mary Contrary still is our lead jammer. Manatees being pulled back to the back of the pack by Jet City, number 9.
We do ask, as this evening starts to wind down, please make sure that you are picking up your trash and recycling on your way out the door. There are recycle bins and trash cans located near the exits. Also, we are now recycling our programs. There is a box by the front door. You can drop them in or just take them home and hold on to them for years and years and years like I do.
We have halitosis and hydraulic test jamming this jam. Hydraulic tests, grabbing lead jammer status. Hallie finding her way around that last Jet City blocker. Sci-Fi Curious and Crash Smash wearing the stars for their teams.
And we have now hit that 5 minutes left in the second period. As per the rules of this tournament, no timeouts or any of that called within the last 5 minutes. So we are bringing 5 straight minutes of derby action to you.
This game went by really, really quickly. You said there was less than 5 minutes left, and I had to look and double check.
Although it will not be a 5-minute jam. That would be horrible.
That might actually be somebody's nightmare.
I did once participate in a 3-minute and 18-second jam. If you want to hear about it, come find me after the game.
Number 2 for Jet City, grabbing a piece of Christaminer there at the very end. Crash Smash calling that jam just as Christaminer would have re-engaged the pack. We have about 3.5 minutes left in this game, and we've got a score of Rose City Wreckers 58 to Jet City 133. Jacqueline Hyde making short work of that pack. Marzipan on her toe stops to run out of those last few blockers.
And the Wreckers holding Jet City to only 4 points on that last jam.
Halitosis and Mary Contrary wearing stars this jam. Mary Contrary finding a wide open lane on the outside. Wreckers looking to reform and catch her as she comes around. Multiplayer penalty being called on number 0 of Jet City.
That is Harley Spin with that penalty. Direction.
Both teams have a blocker starting in the penalty box this jam. Sci-Fi Curious facing off against Hydraulic Test. High block being called on Hydraulic Test. That puts the Wreckers into a power jam. Sci-Fi Curious managing to stay in bounds on that last hit. She is our lead jammer.
Took a big hit from Mai Tai Smash and stayed in bounds. I don't know how.
Teeny bopper really got in the way there. Big hit. Doesn't stop Sci-Fi for very long. Hydraulic Test back on the track. Mai Tai Smash being sent to the box.
And with no timeouts allowed, it really is just Rose City running out the clock, the period clock at this time.
Both teams speeding that pack up as they try to stay ahead of the opposing jammer. Hydraulic Test being sent to the penalty box for the last 10 seconds of this jam. Sci-Fi Curious is in a power jam. Holding Jet City scoreless in that final jam. Sci-Fi Curious picks up 15 points. That is the conclusion of Game 8 of this tournament. And we have an unofficially official score of Rose City Wreckers 73 to Jet City 144. Let's give it up to our first and second place teams. Jet City first place, Wreckers second place.
And we want to remind you all the after party, Nightlight Lounge, 21st and Southeast Clinton, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Join us, dance, party, celebrate the fantastic teams who skated tonight. We will see you at Nightlight Lounge.
Thank you everyone for coming out for this amazing tournament, for sitting here, for watching and cheering these teams on. Just like we couldn't do it without our volunteers, we couldn't do it without our fans either. I hope to see every single one of you at the after party at the Nightlight Lounge. And I am down here on the track to help the teams with MVPs. Jet City, what an amazing trophy that is. That is a beautiful trophy. Oh, you have a second? Yeah, I'm not going to force you. I'm going to wait patiently out here at center track for somebody to come and tell me who their MVPs are. Wreckers, do you have some MVPs? Yes? Hey. Hey. Jammer blocker. Jammer. Okay, Wreckers, who do we have for MVP Jammer?
Number 51.
Number 5-1. MVP Jammer. And Sybil, who do we have for blocker?
Number 2, Gemma Rex.
Gemma Rex, number 2. Congratulations, MVPs. Wander over here to Jet City. For Jammer, we have
Sci-Fi Curious.
And for MVP blocker,
Number 20, Shell.
Shell put a welt on. Thank you, everybody who came out for this tournament today to cheer these teams on. Congratulations to our tournament winners, Jet City Roller Derby, and our second place winners, Rose City Wreckers. That concludes this Pacific Northwest Pile-Up tournament. Please come find the rest of us at the after party at the Nightlight Lounge. I guarantee you it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening.